Back in our early childhood, acquiring communication was the most crucial developmental milestone. We started learning the basic elements such as babbling and one-syllable word, and then slowly we learned the more complex aspect of development such as conversations or full conversations and exchanges. As we develop our conversational skills, we also learned the skill in turn-taking. But what is turn-taking? Turn-taking occurs when one person listens while the other one is speaking. As the conversation progresses, both the speaker and the listener's roles exchange back and forth, or we call it circle of discussion. From the amount of conversation we witness on a daily basis, we can see that they are governed by some sort of mechanisms or rules. People seem to follow a certain rule of communication which is often perceived as effortless as breathing, but many are not aware that this turn-taking system is deeply structured, organized, and has predictable pattern. For example, when we have a conversation or when we have a question, we expect it to be followed by an answer. Next, an offer, and we expect it to have acceptance or refusal, and then an order, which we expect it to have, or the order to be carried out. So these patterns do not have to consist exclusively of pairs of adherences, though many do. So, example, in a classroom setting, the expected pattern is a triple of turns. Example, when a teacher asks a student and then the student responds, and then the teacher will evaluate the student's response in some way before giving another question. Another one, a complaint will usually followed by an apology, which can then in turn followed by a statement of forgiveness. More complex patterns are also possible. For example, I ask you a question which you tend to be ambiguous, and then you ask me a question to solve that ambiguity, and then finally you are giving me your answer. Turn-taking patterns and deviation from relevant turn-taking norms can easily become meaningful in text. For example, in The Trouble of Works, written by Harold Pinter. We expect Phoebes to use commands because he is the factory owner after all, but the fact that he uses more polite speech act, example, offering Wills the cigar, is significant for us in interpreting his behavior. The fact that Wills declines the cigar is likely to be read as indicating that he will not automatically accede to all his boss wishes. You might want to ask me, why is turn-taking important? Well, turn-taking is important, or important skills to be developed or to be acquired by us or by our children in order to effectively participate in communication. Now, if a child is not able to take turns during interactions, they may interrupt the other person who is speaking, or he may not actively listen. Children or students who struggle with turn-taking in social situations may also experience trouble building friendships in class. Please note that it is rare for just one person to speak, of course, and when two or more people are speaking or talking, it is rare for more than one person to talk or speak at the same time. In addition, patterns of turn-taking have general connection with conversational power. Speaking of conversational power, who do you think is most likely to control a conversation between teacher and students? Patient or doctor or patient, or the salesman and the customer? Most likely your answer would be the teacher, the salesman, and the doctor. And you got it right. What is topic control, by the way? This covers how procedural formality or informality affects the development of topic in conversation. This helps participants conclude effectively and satisfactorily with mutual understanding and agreement. So in topic control, the person with the highest status in a group will talk most of the time, and the person with most expertise always leads the talk. The one who talks the most controls the topic. Now, if we will try to connect it in the work of William Shakespeare, Richard III, it is so obvious that King Richard has all the power to control or to change the topic, while Buckingham has less power in confronting him, since Buckingham is just a servant.